What is up, party people? My name is Daryl. Today I'll walk you through how to build a website completely for free. No credit cards, no free trial, no hidden fees, just a simple free website that anyone can visit on the internet. Plus, you'll have access to a variety of free templates that you can easily import on your free website with just one simple click. We will also be using a free drag and drop page builder that allows you to customize every part of your new websites. So let's get started. Now we're gonna build your free website in 3 simple steps. In step 1, I'll walk you through how to get free hosting and a domain for your new websites. In step 2, we'll import a free template on your websites to make it stand out. In step 3, I'll show you how to customize your free website and make it your own. First, let's get hosting for your free website. Okay, and this is infinityfree.com. Now this is the website that we are gonna use to get free hosting and a free domain for your new free website. How about that? So once you get here, we'll click on register now. Next, you'll enter in your address and then also create a password for your brand new account. You can also sign in with Google and also GitHub. So here I'll put in my email address. Once you enter in your email address and your password, you'll agree to the terms and then click on sign up. Great, so once you make an account, you'll go ahead and verify your email address. So over here, I'll go to my email address and then I'll click on the verify email address and click on verify email address. Okay, cool. So once we verify our email address, it'll then log us into our customer portal right here. And this is where we can create a free website. So to get started, here on the right side, we'll click on create account. On the next page, we'll select a hosting plan. Now we're watching this video because we want a free website, damn it. So we're gonna get free hosting. Now here they have a free plan where we pay nothing whatsoever. And they actually give you 5 gigs of disk space with unlimited bandwidth, which is actually quite good for a first new free website. So under the free plan, you'll click on create now. Okay, on the next page, you'll enter in your domain name. So right here under choose a domain name, you'll go ahead and put in your domain right here. I'm gonna put Wilson Tutorial. And then for the domain extension, you'll see that there is a variety to choose from. I like infinityfree.me. I feel like this is just easier to type in. It doesn't look so weird. So I'm gonna select infinityfree.me and click on check availability. And there we go. So this is available. Now on the next page, you'll see additional information. So this is the account label. There's nothing more for us to do. This is the account username and the account password. You can update the password if you want to. So right now you'll see it just generates this random password, but you can always create an up-to-date password. So here I'll put in my personal password. And then for the email consents, you can either choose to approve emails or not. I'll just put I do not approve and then click on create accounts. Okay, on the next page, you'll see it's setting up our new free account. On the next page, it'll now bring you to your customer dashboard. This is where you can access all of the server statistics about your websites. You can view your database, FTP information, and anything server related. Now we're going to install WordPress onto our free domain. WordPress is the #1 CMS in the world. It gives us the ability to have drag and drop page builders, templates, free themes, and free plugins for your new websites. So let me show you how to install WordPress. Here on the right side, you'll see script installer. Go ahead and click on script installer. Okay, so once you click on script installer, here you'll see a bunch of different CMSs you can install onto your domain. We're going to install WordPress. So right here, go ahead and click on install. Okay, on the next page, you'll enter in some credentials about your WordPress account. So this right here is fine. So make sure this is standard HTTP, your website, and then make sure this is blank. You always want to make sure that you also install the latest version of WordPress. So right now it's 6.8.2. Scrolling down, you'll make an admin account. So you'll create a username and a password. This is for WordPress, and this is the credentials you need to log in and to log out of WordPress so you can customize your websites. So over here, I'll put in PattyWhack03 and then PattyWhack03. And for the admin email, make sure you have access to this email because if you ever forget your password, it'll send all that information to this specific password. For the site name and site description, you can put in my free websites or whatever. You can always change this later into WordPress. It's not a big deal, so don't worry about it too much. I'll just put a cool site or cool website. And then here you can go ahead and select your language, and WordPress has a variety of languages to choose from. So I'll go ahead and select English. And after you select your language, here at the bottom, you'll just click on install. And this will now install WordPress onto your new domain. Now, once you install WordPress, it says this process might take 3 to 4 minutes. That's not true. It usually takes under 30 seconds. All right, congrats, we installed WordPress. So right here, this is the link that you'll need to click on to log into your website. So go ahead and click on this link right here. And bam, now we are logged into our free websites. Now, if you want to see your website live on the internet, here at the top left, you'll see this visit sites. You'll click on visit sites, and this is our new website. So there's not too much going on our website, but not to worry. We're going to import a free template and make this site look amazing. So to go back to WordPress here, I'll go ahead and click on Dashboard. So next, let's install a WordPress theme. This will give us access to a variety of free templates that we can easily import on our free websites. So to get started with, here under Appearance, let's click on Themes. And here, I'll click on Add Theme. Now here is a variety of themes that you can import on your websites. Now you're gonna see that there is a ton of themes that you can install, like there's Blocksy, there's GeneratePress, there's Neve, there's Royal Elementor Kit, and a few others. We're going to install a theme called Blocksy. It is an amazing theme that makes setting up a website really simple. So under Search Themes, we'll type in Blocksy. And here's the theme that we're going to install. So right here under the Install, we'll click on this Install button. Okay, then we'll click on Activate. Now it's going to ask us to install the Blocksy companion. This will give us access to more features and templates for the theme. So right here, I'll click on Install Blocksy Companion. Okay, so once we install that plugin, it'll then prompt us to our Blocksy dashboard. Now, in case it did not bring you here, all you gotta do is click on Blocksy here at the top left, and it'll bring you back to the Blocksy dashboard. So let's go ahead now and click on Starter Sites. So once we click on Starter Sites, here under All Plans, we're gonna select the free plan, and then for the builders, we're going to select Elementor. Now I'll be honest with all of you, the reason why I like Blocksy the most is because the starter templates, they look amazing compared to other themes like Astra or Cadence. So I think for building your first website, you're gonna be really ahead of the game because you're gonna have a really nice professional looking website. Now you can install any of these templates on your website, and you can choose one and then try another one and see which one works best for you. But we're going to install one right here called Web Agency. So I'll walk you through how to import the templates, how to use the page builder, and once you learn like the basic fundamentals, you can then branch off and use any of these templates. But under Web Agency right here, you'll see this import. Let's click on Import. Now the first thing it's going to ask us to do is to install a child theme. You can skip this section, not unless you're a developer, but most of us don't really use child themes. So here I'll click on Next. Now it's going to ask us what page builder that we use. So we're going to select Elementor here and click on Next. Now it's going to install the necessary plugins. It's going to install Elementor and WP Forms. So right here, I'll click on Next. And then it's going to import all of the content. So right here, I'll click on Install. Now this process might take anywhere between 1 to 2 minutes. All right, so our new starter site has imported successfully. Right here, I'll click on View Sites. And here it is, your new free website. Take a look at this. We have our menu here at the top left. We have our call to action on the top right. And we have a really strong landing page right here with a call to action button in the middle. Scrolling down, we have our content that imported successfully. And these are just like services that you offer. And you can always update this to, to whatever it is that you offer as well. Scrolling down, we have our case studies, and here we have a bunch of demo images with some text. And of course, you can always replace this image with your, other images or services that you offer. Below that, we have pricing plans. And I'll be honest, for your first free website, this looks amazing. I mean, you are definitely ahead of the game. For my first free website, it looked terrible. Like my first website was god awful, and you guys are getting a really nice looking free website. So scrolling down, you'll see it looks great. And then we have our footer here at the bottom. So let's go ahead now and scroll up. Okay, so let me give you all a 5-minute crash course on how to use the Elementor page builder. Now for every page that was created for your website, like for example, here click on the services page, you're gonna see this button here at the top that says edit with Elementor. This will enable you to edit the page using the page builder on any of your pages. So let's click on the home page here, and now let's turn on the page builder. So on your home page here at the top, let's click on edit with Elementor, and this will turn on the page builder. Okay, so this is the Elementor page builder. Now let me just give you a quick little walkthrough on how this builder works. Now the first thing is on the left side, you're gonna see that there are columns and also elements. So these are elements that you can use to drag and drop onto the page. There is free elements, which are the basic elements. There are the Pro, which we have to have the Pro version of Elementor to use, so I'll collapse that. And then we have the General. These are also free elements that we can use, and we can just go ahead and drag and drop these onto the page. For example, the social icons, I'll just take this, and where you see that little pink line right there, you just drop it, and then you'll see these social icons display. Now, for every single element that you drag in onto the screen, there are 3 different tabs. You have the Content tab. This controls the actual content of the actual elements. For example, I'll click on this text right here and you'll see that there is content where we can adjust the contents. Then there is the style tab. The style tab changes things like the color, the fonts, and also the size of the elements. And then we have the advanced tab. The advanced tab changes things like spacing, and it also adds in cool effects like motion effects. So for example, here for padding, you'll see that we can add in like more space, or I can reduce the space there, okay? And then if I scroll down, you'll also see motion effects. This allows me to add in animations like fade in, or let's see here, bounce in, okay? Or maybe even slide in down, right? You get the point. So those are the controls for each element. Now let's say, for example, you want to delete an element. I'll right click on this element and I'll just click on delete. Now you can also duplicate elements as you wish as well. So I'll right click on this button and duplicate that. And here where we have this pencil icon, you can actually drag and drop this onto different parts of the websites. So where there's that little pink line, you can just drag and drop it there. But I don't want this here, so I'm gonna right click and delete. Now let's go ahead and scroll down really quick, and let me just walk you through how to create a new section and introduce you all to the Flexbox and how to drag in elements. So this might be a little bit easier to understand. So over here, we're gonna scroll down, and here you see this little plus arrow. This is going to create a new section. So I'll click on Add Container. Here, click on this plus icon, and we're gonna click on the Flexbox. And here we have a 3-column row. So I'll click on 3 columns, okay? Now really quick, I want really even columns. So I'm gonna take this and or this one here, okay? So I wanna make sure this is 33 1/3, okay? Because 33 1/3 will make sure that it is a even column, okay? There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect, you get the point, right? Now what I wanna do here is click on the add element, and now we can drag in elements inside of these boxes. So for example, here we have a heading text. I'll take this and drop it there. And I'll put in something like Daryl Wilson, okay? Here I'll click on the add elements, and then I'll take an image and also drag it below the text. See where that pink line is? I'll just drop it and voila. Here I'll go ahead and choose an image. Now here I'll click on Media Library. Now these images are automatically created for us once we import that free template. So I'll select Daryl Wilson right here, okay? And let's say you want to add in some description or maybe some social information about Daryl Wilson. I'll click on the plus. Here I'll put in a text editor right here, okay? And Daryl Wilson, started this company back in 2015, yada, yada, you get the point. And for the style section, we can also make this bigger. So under the typography, if I click on this pencil icon, this is where all the styling options are for text. So here we can make the size larger, right? Here I'll close this box. You can also change the font family to something else. You can make it bold and italicized and all these different styling options. But I'll just go ahead and leave it, leave it simple, right? Maybe 15 pixels, okay? Here, click on the plus add elements. And then we are going to put in some social icons, right? So instead of actually looking for the social icons, because sometimes it's hard to find, you can just type it in. So under search widgets, we'll type in social icons, drag and drop them, okay? And for the alignments, I'll put this to the left, click on add elements, and then I'll throw in a button here, okay? Really cool. Now, notice here how this button looks really different than this button here. Now, if you're building a website, you kind of want to carry the design throughout your website. So here's a quick trick. I'm going to right click on this button, click on copy, and then go to the button down here, and I'm going to click on paste the style. So I'll right click and click on paste style, and voila. And I want to put this on the left side. So under the style section, I'm going to put this position on the left, okay? And there we go. So now we have a really cool little quick section that you can introduce your staff. Now, I want to make more, right? But I'm a really lazy guy, okay? So instead of actually recreating all this all over again, I'm just going to right click on this column, just like we did for the elements, and then I'll duplicate this, and I'll also duplicate this section as well. So now we have 3 columns right here. And these columns on the right side we no longer need. So I'll right click and delete, and right click and delete. Now we can just change this to something else like Jenny Craig. All right, and then for this image, we'll go ahead and select Jenny Craig. Okay, Jenny Craig. And then for this one, you can add in someone else. And I think at this point, you know what's going on. So you can just go ahead and change the text and everything. Now, really quick, I didn't walk you through this, but if you want to edit this background page right here, all you got to do is right click on the screen, click on Edit Container. go to style, and this is also where you can update the background image. So here, click on the background image, and we'll just put in something like this one here. All right. Okay, now notice how this background does look good, but it doesn't fit because the text is too white and it's hard to read. We can also add in a background overlay. So to do that, here I'll collapse this. Here we have a background overlay. And what I'll do is I'll add in just a small tint of black, right? Just so that users can actually see the text. Small tint of black, okay? And then over here under opacity, we can increase the strength of the darkness, you know? So yeah, you can make this look really sharp. And I think something like, I think this one, I think 6 looks pretty good, right? Right here at 6, that looks really sharp. So yeah, any changes that you make, just make sure that you click on publish here, and that'll save all the changes you made on your new free website. Now, the last thing I want to show you all is how to adjust this menu here at the top and maybe add in your own logo. So in order to do that, we need to get out of this builder. So here at the top right, I'll click on view page. And the first thing I want to do is close the editor. So I'll close the editor. And now we're brought to our brand new websites. Now, in order to access the theme customizer, all we got to do is click on customize here at the top, and this will enable the theme customizer. Okay, so this is the Blocksy theme customizer, and this is where you can essentially customize every part of your website, like the header, the footer, and also add in cool features like scroll to the top and a few others. Now, I'm not gonna go through Blocksy in detail in this video because obviously this video can get quite long, but I'll just walk you through the actual header options. So once I click on header, you'll now see that we have these elements that we can drag and drop onto the page. So for example, here we have logo right here, and you're gonna see that it's blank. So we have nothing here. So all we gotta do is click on select logo. Now under upload files, this is where you're going to upload your logo. So you'll click on select files, and then you can go ahead and upload your logo right here. Once you upload your logo, it'll then appear in your media library, and then you can upload it. Now, just in case you want to practice, you can just insert any image right here and then upload it, and then just kind of tinker around with it. Here, I'll go ahead and put in a logo that I uploaded. So this is my current logo. I'll click on select, and there is my logo. Okay, so now click on publish, and then I'll close the theme customizer. And that is pretty much it, party people. So that is how you can make a free website. So great, you got a free website. Now, free websites is honestly great for beginners, but it does come with some drawbacks that you should know about. Free web hosting is a lot slower, and it doesn't guarantee uptime. Plus, you're stuck with this weird subdomain instead of your .com domain. You also don't get live support for your website, and your resources are shared with thousands of other websites, maybe even millions, which means slower performance. Now, once you're serious about making a website, I think premium hosting makes the most sense. With paid hosting, your website loads much faster. It's also more secure, and you own your .com domain. You also receive 24-hour supports, daily backups, and a guaranteed uptime, meaning your website won't just vanish overnight like it sometimes can with free hosting. So for premium hosting, I definitely recommend Hostinger. For just a few dollars extra a month, you can get drastically fast load times, you can get guaranteed uptime, 24-hour customer support, and daily backups. Like I said, for just a few dollars extra a month, it's like a no-brainer. And I think if you're running a serious website, that just makes the most sense. So in this part of the video, let me walk you through how to migrate your free website into a premium host so you can have a faster website. Plus, we have a discount code that'll give you an additional 10% off any of their plans. Okay, and this is Hostinger.com. Now, I've been using Hostinger.com for years in all my tutorials. It is the fastest web hosting, and it's also the most affordable. Now, right now they're having a Black Friday sale, but don't worry, I have a coupon code that'll give you a bigger discount even than their Black Friday sale. So once you get to this page right here, you'll click on Claim Deal. And here we have 3 different plans. Now, if you're getting started out with a website, I definitely recommend the business plan. This will give you access to build 50 websites. It also gives you NVMe storage, which is a lot faster than typical SSD storage. So I do recommend the business plan for fast, optimal websites. So once you get here, go ahead and select the business plan. So right here, you'll click on Choose Plan. On the next page, you'll go ahead and select a period. So right here, you'll see that you can sign up for 48 months, 24 months, 12 months, or 1 month. I personally recommend to sign up for 12 months. This will really give you enough time to decide if this is for you or not, and you'll also get a free domain. Also, one thing to consider is the coupon code that I'll be giving you, it works for any plan. So the longer you sign up for, the more that you'll save. But I'll go ahead and select 12 months. And here under a coupon code, we'll go ahead and click on have a coupon code, and we're gonna enter in the coupon code Daryl10. All right, so take a look here. The price right now is $53.88, but if we select the coupon code Daryl10 and click on apply, The price drops to just $48. So you save about 10% off your hosting plan. And this goes for any hosting plan that Hostinger offers. So once we go ahead and select that coupon code, we'll then click on continue. On the next section, you'll enter in your billing address. You'll put in your first name, your last name, your country of residence, and then your address. Here, click on continue. On the next section, you'll choose your payment method. So you can select credit card, PayPal, and even crypto. So I'll put in my credit card details here. And then once we enter our payment information, I'll click on submit payment. All right, so once you make a payment, it'll then let you know the payment was successful. So right here, I'll click on get started. All right, so the first thing it's gonna ask is, do you wanna create a website? So right here, I'll click on create a website and click on next. Here, we're gonna select WordPress. So I'll click on WordPress and click on next. Now we're gonna enter in our credentials for our WordPress account. So here, I'll put in my credentials. Once you enter in your credentials, you'll then click on next. The next thing it's gonna ask us to do is create it with AI or a pre-built website. We're gonna skip this and click on create blank site. So on the next page, you'll enter in your domain name. Now, if you sign up for 12 months or more, you'll get a free domain. So right here, you'll see I have 2 free domains. So I'll go ahead and select a domain name here. Okay, so I entered in this domain and I'll go ahead and click on free and then click on next. So on the next page, you will need to go to the sign up process and confirm your details. This is important because if you ever want to sell your domain or transfer it, they're gonna have to know who the owner is. So I'll go ahead and click on finish registration. The next option is selecting where your server is located. Now I'm currently in United States, so I'm gonna select United States, Arizona, and then I'll click on next. All right, cool. So now it's installing WordPress onto our domain. So just give this process like 1 minute. All right, cool. So once WordPress installs, it'll then redirect us to our WordPress dashboard. Now here at the top left, I'll click on visit sites, and this is our new website with Hostinger. Now going back to our old website, we are now going to migrate this website and migrate it to our new premium hosting with Hostinger. So let me walk you through how to do this. So the first thing we're gonna do is let's go to our old website and we're going to install a free plugin on both websites. So to do that, let's go over here to dashboard. Next, we'll scroll to the bottom under plugins and click on add plugin. Under search plugins, we'll type in Migrate. And we'll install this plugin right here called Migrate Guru. Here I'll click on install now. Then I'll click on activate. All right, cool. So I'll scroll to the bottom and here I'll enter in my email address, agree to the terms, and then click on migrate. Now it wants us to select a host. Now Hostinger is not on here, so we're gonna select other host. And here they're asking for a migration key. So now we're gonna go to our new website, the one that we created with Hostinger, and we're going to actually install the same plugin and get that migration key. So let's go over here to plugins, click on add plugin. Under search plugins, we'll type in migrate. Here I'll go ahead and select the plugin. I'll click on install now. Then I'll click on activate. All right, cool. So we're gonna scroll down and here under migration key, we're gonna see that we have this migration key. I'll go ahead and copy this, go back to our free websites, and then I'll paste in that migration key. Then I'll click on migrate. So once you enter in your migration key, if we scroll down, you're now gonna see it's going to migrate the entire website. So just give this process like 5 to 10 minutes, and after that, it'll fully migrate the website onto your new Hostinger account. Okay, cool. So once the migrate has completed successfully, you'll now see it migrated our old websites to our new website with Hostinger. So right here, I'll click on visit site. And bam, here is our new website that was migrated from our old free hosting. So now we have a brand new free website with premium hosting with Hostinger.